Friends, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel. It's Sheree. My channel is Turquoise Dreaming, and I'm so glad you're here. I want to have some fun today. I want to start a new journal, and I'm going to show you that. But I also want to show you my, I talk about, I've been using these book covers from my closet this year. I think I showed you all of the book covers at the beginning of the year. I kind of want to do a little reassessment. Now I'll show you where I'm at. I want to show you a fall journal I have in my shop. Just as a reminder, it's already in there, and just as a reminder, so in case you're looking for a fall journal. So, and I want to show you, well, let me show you this first. I have been having some fun in coffee dyeing paper. I love coffee dyed paper, and I showed you, I may have already showed you some, but I think this is the pile, let's see. This is the pile I did last week of coffee dyed paper. This is the letterhead that I cut down from my office that they were getting rid of it because we changed our name and in our office, and the name of the office, and had to cut off the top, and the address is on the bottom. I had to cut off at the bottom, and this is what I was left with. My boss said, did anybody want this? And I said yes. So I have like 6 reams of paper to cut down, but some of it I've already cut down and brought home. So that's one stack from last week. Then I did another stack this week, and I've already been using some of it. Some of it I didn't copy dye. I made the little notes, plain note paper. I took a strip like this and put some stickers on it, decorated as note paper for whatever, if I want to write a note or I want to put a little note paper in my journals. So those 2 I've been working on. And then I had, I showed you in the Thrifty Thursday where I brought home a little folder or file organizer. That was this. And right after that video, I went ahead and cut that down. So it's all cut up now. And I bought it because it was 49 cents at the thrift store. And I liked the pattern on here, kind of like these retro looking flowers. And these look like kind of like buttons here. So anyway, there's some journaling cards. So I'm going to just flip through these real quick. Journaling cards on the top here, all of these. I kind of have a tendency to make tags first and foremost because I love making tags. So I kind of try to remind myself to also make journaling cards. And these are pretty green on the top. I mean on the back. So I didn't have to back them with anything. They're nice thick cardstock, I guess you could say. And this pretty green was on the inside of that file organizer. So that's very, you can write on that or whatever anybody wants to do. But journaling cards I made out of those. I made a pocket here, which I used the length of the file folder and then made this thumb notch, but it's bigger than a thumb notch. It's a big opening. And then when I use it in a journal, I can cut it down if it's too long. So, but I left it like that for now. Oh, here's another journaling card. Okay. Let me put that all together with the journaling cards. And then, let's see, this is just a piece like this. I left, this was a corner that was left, and I just left it like this for maybe, I can put it on a page, like, and have it be either or, wherever, anyway, any which way, and have it be a tuck spot. So I left that one like that. And I think the rest I made into tags, so just some different size tags here. Some are a little wider than the others, but they're all about the same. There's only 4 here. Added a little. I actually added, I added the eyelet in this one. And I don't remember why I did that, but I did. Oh, you know what? No, I didn't add an eyelet. That was already there on here. That was on here as the closure kind of that they had on that file folder organizer thing. And so I made sure I cut around that and left it in the middle so I could put a, you leave it there as an eyelet and put a little topper on it. And then these I made into 2 tags here and added that same ribbon as toppers on these 3. And they still all have that green on the back. So I worked on and took care of that so I can add those to my stash this week. I also had this out to make into a tag just because I ran into these pieces while I was making a journal, and I thought I put them to the side. I thought I didn't end up putting it in that journal, but I just thought it was so cute together that I wanted to go ahead and put it together. And so I did. This was already a tag in one of my ephemera packs right here. And then these are two are Tim Holtz pieces, a little label, and he's sitting on the label, this Tim Holtz paper doll, and it got a little lace there at the bottom. And writing space and a little jute twine. I tied knots in the top so this wouldn't come unraveled. I really like the little knots on the top. I think those are cute. And then I showed you this. It was like junk mail, and I just kept it, and I had coffee dyed it. See, here's some coffee here. And I went ahead and added some coffee dyed paper on the back because it was already cardstock. I didn't need to, you know, make it stronger or strengthen it or anything. So I just added some coffee dyed paper on the back. I sewed around it and put this red ribbon at the top that matches the red in here. And it was just, I just kept it because I liked all the different fonts and on this and lettering on this. It was junk mail, like I said, an advertisement for all these brands here, I guess. So anyway, it's a tag now. So I got that ready for my stash. Okay, so let me take a breath and show you the covers real quick. So there was a bunch of music sheet covers in there. I had taken the music out, and I'm using that, in different ways. I've been using it. I still probably have some in my stash. But I left the covers there in my cover stash, book covers and, sheet music covers. And even this little cover here. So what I did with those, I had made, I think 2 music sheet covers, journals. And those were in my shop, and they are sold now. But anyway, with the rest of these, I had used one in a journal as just it could be a signature cover, or it could just be part of a signature. But I decided to go ahead and get these ready. And then when I am making a journal, I can grab these. And I kind of have been doing that with some papers and things where I folded them in half. And it has been nice to be able to grab those. And if they're too big, I can cut them down a little or whatever I need to do at the time. But just have them ready, folded, ready to go. So that's what I did with all this sheet, the rest of the sheet music covers that I have in there. So they are ready to go. Like, this little one was, one of these little record books. And, I kind of put it in there because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. I didn't know if I wanted to use it as a cover or what, but now I think it would be really cute in a journal. So I went ahead and, see, this was folded like this. Let's see. The original fold was like this, and this was out like this. So this was the cover, one of these little record storybooks that kids used to listen to and read along the story. So I took it and just folded this in. I kind of pictured in my mind, the size I would need for a journal. So yeah, so that's why I made it. It's probably about 5 inches wide there. And so I thought I could sew this down or glue it down as a tuck here. And then I kind of refolded this. I just took the back cover and undid. This is a little bit glued down here. So I just pulled it apart and folded like this. So I had the back and the front the same size, and then kind of just refolded this. So I went like this, if I can remember now. I did 2 folds. 2 new folds, 1 and 2. So I will probably line this with some paper. It's already cardstock, so I don't need any thick paper. It'll be probably too thick if I put cardstock on here. But I'll put some pretty paper on here, or some lined paper or something that would make this nice. So it will be a nice place to unfold and glue something down or write. So anyway, it'll be folded like this when it goes into a journal. So it's ready to go. And I'll just kind of flip through. I'm not going to open up the other ones and show you, but just, got that one. This was the back and front of one here, ready to go. And you can see each one I have the back and front. This is the back, this is the front. This is just a paper one. The rest, most of them are cardstock. That's a paper one. This is the front and back here. Aren't these pretty? This is the back, this is the front. And this is, you might recognize this if you ever took piano lessons. This is the front, and this is the back. And this is quite worn. This isn't, I got this one at a thrift store, but I had I had one that was like this that was a little bit newer. This looks like an older one, but I had one that was newer and the same color. I think it was red and everything, but it was newer. But anyway, that one's quite, the front is in like perfect, not perfect, but see, it's got some wear on it. But anyway, for a vintage journal, this is great. I might put something in here, I might not, I don't know. It'll just depend on what I'm doing at the time. Here's another one that's just the front, but beautiful. So that's all the covers that I had for cardstocky type covers. So that pile is ready to go into journals now. And then I've been, you know, using the covers to make journals especially well, this whole year really, but the last couple of months I did about 4 or 5, I guess maybe about 5. And so this is what I have left. And I have this little one here. This is from a little notebook. I just love this. And I want to make journals out of all of these. I got rid of only, did I already say this? I don't think I did. I got rid of, I think 1, maybe 2 covers that I had in here. One, I just didn't want to mess with. I just, you know, I decided a long time ago that I would only do things that I want to do. I don't want anybody I don't want anybody making me do anything. That's why I don't really make custom journals unless somebody just gives me complete creative freedom. And that's why I'm not on design teams. I don't want to, you know, be constricted with that. And if I don't want to do something, like if I have something in my stash and I just decide I don't ever want to do anything with this, then I'll donate it back to Goodwill or whatever. So I've gotten rid of, I think 1, maybe 2 covers that I just absolutely, I didn't want to deal with them. So I got rid of them. They're just putting like a burden on me, and they would stress me out, and I wouldn't enjoy it. So for that reason, you know, crafting is supposed to be fun. So I really don't think you should make yourself do anything you don't want to do, you type of thing, if you know what I mean. And if you've ever been in that situation, you know what I mean. So anyway, so all of these covers I really love, and I've loved all the ones that I've done. So this is what I have left. I'm not going to really go into detail here, but it's a little cardstock cover, and I think the rest are book covers, but I'll just show you I think I have the front and back of all of these. So I think I've used all the ones, I'll show you in a second the new one I'm doing, but all the ones that I just had the cover, and I just found the cover at a thrift store, I've used all of those now. But all of these I have the front and the back cover, so I don't have to make one. But this is a little, I hope you can see it because it's quite worn away. But probably, I imagine this used to be like a super beautiful book when it first was came out. It has this beautiful kind of border here, and in the middle it says School Arithmetic Book 1, Wentworth Smith. And I have no idea what year it was from, but just very cool. North Carolina edition here. So cool, right? And then here's another one, Good Times Together. Has children playing on the front. Here's the back. Here's the inside. Balfour School, I don't know where that is. I don't recognize the name, so it might be another state. It might not be from North Carolina. But I did get all of these books. I didn't do, when I lived in Florida, I did not do junk journaling. So everything that I've collected for my junk journals has been from North Carolina. And, well, I have got things from Florida when I go back to Florida. I go thrifting. So, but when I actually lived there, I didn't collect things for junk journaling. At least that I was aware of. If I have anything left from Florida that I'm junk journaling with, it wasn't originally bought for that purpose. But here's another pretty Living Arithmetic, a math book, school math book, a textbook, grade 3. There's like a jester here on the front. 2 kids here. And this one has its spine, but it's kind of, if you can see, it's not really connected. So I don't know. If there's any that I can use the original spine, I will. But if I can't, then I can't. This is a cardstock cover that I love. It was a little cookbook. And I really would just like to make a little journal out of this. I think it's a pretty cover, even though it's just 2 colors. I think it's really cool. Carolina Country Cookbook. I could do a metal coil you know, and reinforce these with some pretty cardstock scrapbook paper in here and some pretty, you know, cooking related, recipe related pages, and bind it with my metal coil machine, and I think it would be a really cute journal. So that is one that's not, that's another cardstock one. I'll put that in front with the other, because this is cardstock too. And then I think the rest are hardback books. Another arithmetic book, kind of similar to that first one. See, it's smaller. See, here's the last one. See how much smaller that is? Quite a bit smaller, but none of them are huge or anything. But this does have its original spine on here too. And it's a pretty wide one, so I probably could use this. Hopefully be able to repair it enough to be able to use it, but that's really cool. Has a little emblem on the back here. And then this one is really gorgeous. This green, sharp arrows, it says here. I think it is just a gorgeous cover. This one also has its original spine, pretty wide and pretty good attached, pretty well attached there. Here's the back inside. Oh, these papers are even nice vintage inside papers here. So look at this. Inside of the spine is a piece of map paper. I didn't put that there. That's how I got it. That's how it was. Okay, and then another pretty greenish with a gold kind of like embossing here. There's a little piece in the middle here. But this has its spine, but as you can see, it's attached by one little thread here. But I could reattach it. It's got about a 2-inch spine there, at least 2 inches. So I wouldn't mind reattaching that and using that. It's a beautiful spine. William Shakespeare, collected works of William Shakespeare. Yes, that could be a beautiful journal. This one is Young People's History of North Carolina. It's a smaller, cute size, very worn. It does have a spine, about 1 inch. I don't know if I would be able to keep that. It's pretty worn here at the top, pretty worn away. But it is detached on both sides, pretty worn away down there. I don't know, I think I would have to put a new spine on that. But I could make that spine into a bookmark for sure. But that'll be a nice one. And the last one, I love this one too. It's the only red one. And this is Uncle Arthur's Bedtime Stories, volumes 1 through 4. And it's kind of got a texture to it. Maybe you can see it in the camera, or in the camera here. It's got a texture on the back. Oh, and it's got its original spine, but small. But still, it's very well attached. And it's not too worn on the top and bottom. So I wouldn't mind keeping, even though it's like 1 inch. Probably, I wouldn't mind. I think I can get a couple of signatures on there and reinforce that. So I think it's really cool if you can use the original spine. So that is all my book covers. That's where I'm at with that. I don't know if I'll make it. My goal was to use as many of those this year in 2024 as possible, and I've used quite a few. I think I've done pretty good, and we'll see. Got a few months left here, right? September, October, November, December, 4 months. I've got more than, I didn't count them, but I know I have more than, well, how many do I have? If I made 2 a month out of this pile, would that do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So more than 2 a month. I'd have to do 1 month. I'd have to do 3 out of this pile, which I might be able to do. Well, that would be quite an accomplishment if I could do all these by the end of the year, right? I think would be quite an accomplishment. So, because that wasn't really my goal to use them all up this year. My goal was to use as many as possible. So I'm just going to go through this this fabric covered fall. It's kind of Halloweenish and fall because I used this cover. So I've got a goodie bag here, and it's got this pretty fall paper bag. And this was a pillow cover. And as you can see, I call it Fall Halloween because I used kind of a fallish theme in it. And but I have this cover, this pillow cover, that is, you know, it's stitched here like pieces stitched together. This is kind of corduroy piece here, really pretty piece. And I made that into the cover, and it's got bats and a pumpkin. And on the back, more pumpkins. If you love pumpkins, you'll love this. And it's a nice sturdy cover. I've got this fabric on the inside, so I'm just going to do a quick flip because I already did a flip through of this, but it's been there for a little while, so I just do a quick little reminder of this journal. If you want a fall homing combo kind of journal, this would be good. It's kind of tall and thin. It's in my eBay shop is linked below, and it's in all the stats are, you know, in there, but it's 5 1/4 inches wide approximately and 11 inches tall. I think it's a fun size. And so again, we're flipping through. This is cardstock. It's a one signature journal. Here we have a couple of, you know, there's things in the pockets. Like I said, I'm not doing a detailed flip through. This is just a little reminder that it's in there. You know, I've got things clipped in. Some fall kind of related decorations, and this is scrapbook paper. It has music on it. There's a pocket here, goodies in there. This is a shaker, fall shaker. So yeah, this is a big flip out, and you can see this is kind of looks like flannel, but it's scrapbook paper. A couple goodies here in this pocket. Tag, use some of the ephemera as tags. The middle, I have a couple of bronze leaves there on the strings. A couple of journaling cards here. A big pocket here of one of those fall bags I just showed you, and some goodies in there. This is a flip up and a little pocket. And this is the back half now. Goodies. Let's see. This is an old envelope here with a card in it that you can write on. And it's a window envelope. Just the old envelope. This is how I received it. It had this tear on, and I just used it as it was. Got some old tape and a postage stamp there. Very cool. But that is also a pocket here with the envelope. And then this is a double flip out with the original receipts that came on this ledger paper. And belly band here. This is a postcard decorated. That's the actual real stamp there. And it's decorated here. Very cool. And a tag. This is jelly printed. But yeah, if you're getting in that fall mood like I am now, with the weather getting a little cooler some days here in North Carolina, some days it's still warm, but some days it's cooler. So starting to get some fall weather. There's quite a few pieces here, little stickers and things in here. And there's a bronze leaf right here, metal, decorating this pocket, and a tab butterfly right here. Can you see that? Okay, yeah. And there's the back. So, and you can add pockets here if you wanted. I just really love this fabric, I remember. And let's see, I'm trying to remember what I used as the base. It's got a crinkly cover, so probably, I'm imagining it's probably one of those brown Amazon envelopes. And on the tie closure here, I used this pretty autumn kind of fall fabric, and I've got a bronze owl right there. So that is it, and then it comes with a goodie pack. So that was just a reminder that is in my shop, ready to go if you are itching for a fall journal. And it'll be waiting for you. And so, the journal I'm starting today, this was from the covers. I showed you this one at the beginning of the year, and all I had for this one, this was, like I said, the last one that I only had the front cover. So this is the last one. I only had the front cover, and I remember picking this up, and the rest of it was destroyed. I think there was more of it, but it was destroyed. I mean, the pages were just written all over and torn, and the back I think was gone. So anyway, I couldn't salvage the pages, but I did keep this. Remarkably, this cover was just like this, really in actually nice condition considering the condition of the rest of it. So I've already made a new spine. This is tape, and this is the new back cover. And I pulled out this fabric as a spine fabric for the inside and outside. I think it'll be pretty on here. The little owl, the little squirrels. I love it for fall, actually. I wanted to use this next, and I thought it would be cute for fall with the squirrels. You know, the squirrels are putting away their nuts and acorns now for the winter. So these look like two little baby squirrels too. So super cute. This is a Rand McNally book. So I picked out, like I said, this fabric. And then I was looking. It was rather hard because this color is actually, I think, pretty unique, because it was actually kind of hard to find or pick out a fabric, even though it looks like a normal color. There's this like turquoisey blue can be a lot of variations of color. It can be more blue, it can be more green, and so it was a little hard to pick out something that goes with this. I did pick out 2 or 3, and I think that one's the best. And then I found some scrapbook paper, but then I really wanted to look at my fall scrapbook paper, so I found this one, and it has, you know, I really, like I said, I wanted to kind of lean toward the fall, and so I decided to look at my fall collection kits, and this is A Perfect Autumn by Lori Whitlock, and it had this color right here, which I felt like was a good color for the back. It'll go with the fabric, it'll go with the front, and so we're going to take that out and work on that back cover real quick, covering that. And you know, I used a piece of cardboard there to make that new back cover, and so I feel like by the time I put another piece of cardstock and another, you know, on the inside and outside, and then, you know, add fabric to the spine, I feel like it'll be a nice strong cover. So let's find that blue I saw there in that front. I want to see. I know this video is getting kind of long, so I don't want to take too long looking through this paper right this time. Maybe next time we'll kind of take a closer look, since I'll, well, where is that paper? I'm looking for that blue. So kind of it's not solid, but it's kind of a solid. Okay, so I am going to have to look through it because I can't find it. Okay. This is a nice wood grain, if I needed a solid wood. This would be pretty. This would go with it too, these leaves. It's got that color in there. See that blue, green, or turquoisey color? I'm going to put that one up. That might be the inside paper. I kind of wanted the outside to be that solid one, if I can find it. Where are you? There's a nice dark brown one. This is cute with all the owls. That's a nice color, but it doesn't really match my outside. So I want to match my outside right now. Huh. Here it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind using this. I usually have too many cut aparts anyway, so I don't mind using this as using the solid side. So yeah, I want to use this on the outside, and I want to cover that first and get that taken care of so we can see what that's going to look like. So this is a non-directional. So let's just, I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. And right now I can make it flat because it's still, you know, just I'm going to need this in a second. Well, no, I think I'm going to glue it down and then cut it off. So it's going to be about right there next to, see, my fabric's going to overlap here, so I don't have to like get it right up to the edge. But I'll get it pretty close to the edge there and then glue it down. And you can see how it's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar, and I think it'll be a pretty back cover. And then we can put a little cluster back here, a little label or something too to decorate. Or maybe I'll have a squirrel or something I can put back there. I'll look around at my ephemera and see if I have some squirrels or something. But let's get the Fabri-Tac, and then we'll get this back cover covered. maybe we'll do the inside. Let's see. Inside I don't need anything here because it's got this cute squirrel on the inside chasing a bee with some pine cones on a little pine tree branch there. So that's perfect. So all I need is something here and something here. So let's do that. So yeah, I know I've been talking a mile a minute here, so I hope everybody's having a good day and a good week, and everything's going okay in your household, and nobody's sick. But if anybody's sick, I hope they get better quickly from whatever their sickness is, as far as, you know, cold or whatever. I know somebody at our office has a cold this week, and she came to work sick, much to our dismay. But she stayed in, she has an office, and she stayed in there with her door closed all day. And I was outside spraying Lysol and wiping down the kitchen handles. So in case maybe I was the only one concerned, but I was concerned. I don't like to get sick, so I don't want to get sick. So yeah, I was the one going around like, hello, if you don't like Lysol, hold your breath because I'm spraying. So I went around and sprayed everything, and like I said, got out the Lysol or whatever we have, antiseptic wipes, and wiped down, because she had been in the kitchen just before she closed herself in her office and touched the refrigerator handle and the coffee, stuff like that. So I just went around and wiped everything down. I felt better about it. So I hope everybody else didn't mind. I don't think they did. I think they appreciated it probably. I know one girl said, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad you did that. So yeah, but yeah, everybody's good in my household this week. And just keeping on, going to work every day, doing what we got to do to pay the bills. Okay, let's cut this off. Let's cut this off. I'm going to do it on this side so I can see the cardboard. I don't want to make a gash or cut anything off this back cover, because it's the perfect, you know, I measured and cut the perfect size, the same size as the front cover. I had a little golden book back from something, like, I think I got it from the thrift store. There was a destroyed little golden book, and I remember I couldn't use most of it, but I saved the back cover because I thought I might need it, and I still have it, and I'll save it in case I need it. But I thought I was going to be able to use it for this, but it was a little bit too short, so I didn't want to cut any of this off. So alright, so that's what that looks like. I think that's pretty. Let's see, this doesn't look straight here. Hold on, I need a little, there's a little paper sticking down here. Little paper. I don't want to cut the cardboard like I said, but okay, there we go. I think that's straight now. Make sure I didn't like unglue anything. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, I think that's really pretty back cover. Very pretty. Okay, let's put that other paper I said I liked on the inside. I think that'll be really cute for our fall, our nod toward fall on this one. And this will be a little squirrely fall journal. And who doesn't love squirrels, right? Well, I know some people that probably don't love squirrels because they come and attack, you know, how they invade your bird feeders. But yeah, can't really help that. I know, you know, we have a lot of squirrels around here, and much to our dismay, we have a peach tree. That's not much to our dismay, but we were about to go and pick. Our peaches got to a point where we were ready to go pick them all, and my husband was going to do it. I thought he was going to do it. He said he was going to do it, or else I would have got out there and done it, but he said he was going to do it. I actually thought, you know, he was going to do it. And then he said, I went out today like 2 or 3 days after he said he was going to do it. I think it was at least 3 days after he said he was going to do it. Because I told him on the first day that he said he was going to do it. I said, I saw a squirrel. It went up into the peach tree, and we have like a fence around so the deer can't get our peaches. We have a fence around the bottom so the deer can't get close enough to get the peaches. But of course a squirrel can climb over a fence, right? So on the first day he said he was going to do it, I said, I saw a squirrel. It climbed up into the tree. It picked a peach off the tree, and then it took the peach and ran back into the trees, back into our, like in the back of our property is all trees, like a forest. And I said, yep, it picked a peach, and it took the whole peach and went back into the trees and climbed up a tree. Probably had a nice little peach lunch there. He's like, it did? I'm like, yes, it did that. It did. It took a whole peach and took it back to the tree. So he's like, oh, well, I better get out there and get the peaches. I'm like, yes, you should. 2 or 3 days later, he's like, yep, I went out to pick the peaches, and guess what? And he originally told me on the first day, there's like 50 or 100 peaches out there. We got to go pick those peaches. I'm going to go pick those peaches. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Do it. Go ahead. Do it. Get those peaches in here so we can have some peaches. And yeah, so like 3 days later, he's like, I went out to pick the peaches today. And guess what? There were no more peaches. I'm like, yeah. I know we have a lot of squirrels out there, so I think we have some very healthy squirrels living in our trees now. They have, they're full of vitamin C and whatever other vitamins are in peaches. And so they're going to be nice and healthy for the winter. They ate lots of peaches just in the last couple weeks, so yeah, all our peaches were gone. We did pick some before that. We did pick some, so we did get to, and they were really good. But we wanted to get more and get the rest, and we did not. So this is our first year that we've gotten peaches on our tree. We've had the tree for, I think this is the third summer, like 2 summers ago we planted, and we really didn't get any the last 2 years. And they were smaller. They weren't like full-size peaches this year. So they were small, but they were still good, and we still could have eaten them. So we did get some before all the, like the bunch. We got the first like batch that was ready, and then a bunch more grew out, and then those were ready, and that was the second batch, I guess. Second batch, which was the biggest batch, we didn't get. And then we have another peach tree, but it didn't really produce any peaches that to speak of this year either. So we have 2 apple trees too that we planted at the same time 2 summers ago, and those aren't producing yet. So hopefully next summer we'll have apples and peaches, and we'll get out there. Well, now that we know that the squirrels are going to go and pick them all and take them back to their home for their families. Oh, that looks really pretty. Look at that. That really goes, don't you think? The whole kind of squirrel vibe and the leaves here. I think that's the perfect paper to go with that. Leaves and squirrels go together, and that color there goes with the color here. Well, that is really pretty. So I'm going to end there because I know this video is probably way too long already. But I hope you enjoyed the start of this journal, and next I'll be putting the fabric on and things like that. So stay tuned for the development and process on this one. And I think this is going to be a cute one with these little squirrels. So I'm really going to enjoy working on it. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.